Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Then come on, bitches, get your tins.
There's actually not a ton of films with sort of explicitly lesbian, gay, transgender content in it, but you have a lot of queer filmmakers, I'd say with kind of a queer gaze, looking at history, looking at contemporary affairs, maybe pushing themselves into less comfortable directions. So, the great Terence Davies, a fantastic queer filmmaker, has gone back to a play of the 1950s about a woman basically loses herself in a panic of love and eroticism and sort of finds herself trapped in a very melodramatic kind of love affair. But the film is shot so it's like feels very compressed, and their life has to be very secret, because she's a sort of escaped countess. Oddly enough, it feels like a kind of, almost like a Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, like it could be two guys as easily as it could be a guy and a girl. Pedro Almodovar, as usual, very provocative, is back with a film which, I think some of the transgender community will really embrace, and some of the transgender community will find unbelievably offensive.
Right.
Basically, this doctor loses his daughter in this really unbearable way. And so he actually kidnaps a man and transforms him over a period of several years into a woman against his will. The film really plays on these ideas of shifting gender identity, but in this way that's not about understanding what's inside of you or confronting the sort of like the gender realities that a lot of people in the community face, but something very, very different, which is like basically waking up inside the body of a new gender and sort of how that evolution changes you and creates madness in you.
Madonna. Her new film is coming. Is she going to be here?
Oh yeah, Madonna has a fairly long history with us here. I mean, she's been a couple times, usually supporting her husband, Guy Ritchie, but she's made this film. It's really unusual, period film. Probably it comes more from her pull up your bootstraps feminist side, about strong women and sort of how they act and how they interact with society. But even with Madonna, you can't help but have some little titillating aspects, maybe question the gender realities or sexual realities of any age. It's geared for awards season consideration, and so it has a certain stateliness to it for sure.
Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Then come on, bitches, get your tins.
Keep It on the Floor is a Canadian film, Canadian director, and it's kind of like Paris' Burning Mach 2. It's a fiction film dealing with these characters and trying to explore maybe emotionally what it means to sort of devote your life to a ballroom setting. It's really timely. I mean, Paris' Burning has been coming up so much lately. Another film, really important queer film we're showing here called Pariah, which began its life in Sundance and is really talking about what it means to be a lesbian, what it means to be a gay man, what it means to be intergender within a black community. The director has cited that Paris' Burning was easily the most important film for black filmmakers who always felt a little bit different or separated from the pack.
I'm not broken. I'm free.
So it's great to see that there's a generation of directors who are young people, grown up with the movie, and have been able to digest it and make some interesting films.